Original King Julian on your case, man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you don't move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big your body ocean at the big tight and come in a nice, sweet, energetic. Big your body ocean at the big tight and
Hey, I see you guys popping on. I got over here looking the other way. Hey, Colleen, Cindy, how are you? Donna, how are you? Janice, oh, Janice, good to see you. All right, guys, go ahead, put in the comments that you're here. Let me know that you are here. And I'm excited to see you all tonight. You want to make sure that you tag your friends in the comments as well. Go ahead and let your friends know that we're here. Also, be sure to put your name in the comments so that Charlie knows that you're here. Because sometimes it doesn't show your name in the thing if we're looking at the comments, because we won't know. If you haven't given StreamYard permission, then we won't know that you're here. So that's really important that you let us know that too. I'm so excited to see some of you jump in and go ahead and tag your friends. Remember, we are also on YouTube. So if you are friends that are not on Facebook, let them know they can watch us there on YouTube. It's a great place to be. In fact, something that's really fun to do is to do a watch party. Invite a few friends over, pull it up on your computer, tag it into your TV, and watch it like a movie. Yeah, that's the way to do it, right? It's so much fun that way. So we're going for 30 tonight, so let's try to get those numbers up there. Tag all your friends. Let's reach out to everyone. Let's make sure we get there tonight, okay? You go ahead and turn our music down. All right. Yay. So good to see everybody tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week as we go through here. A reminder to give StreamYard permission. Yes. That's always very important. And we have a fabulous, fabulous lineup of things for you. Oops, let me take that one off. Let me take that one off. Let me take that one off. There we go. We have a fabulous lineup of training for you tonight. So get your pen out, get your paper out, because you know what they always say, if you ink it, you think it, right? So be sure that you are writing down lots and lots of things that you're learning as we go along. I'm trying to read and talk and do all this at the same time. Let's go ahead and get started though tonight, because I can't wait to share all this great training we have with you tonight. So as always, we like to start with a quote, and it is baseball season. My granddaughter plays softball, and we're a ball family. We love softball. We love baseball. And I think one of the things, my dad was a semi-pro baseball player. And so we grew up with baseball in our lives. My brother played American League ball and played in college. And so there's so many lessons from baseball that we can learn. And one of those is that you have to fail to succeed. And I think that's such an important one for us to remember, because Babe Ruth, of course, is known as one of the greatest hitters of all time, one of the greatest players of all time. And one of the statistics that's important to remember is that he struck out 1,330 times. So you need, it's like, tell him all about your fear of rejection, because so much of the time we hold back on what we try, what we do, because what if somebody says no? What if it doesn't work? What if I look stupid? What if I fail? So what? Don't let the fear of striking out hold you back. Don't let the fear of someone saying no keep you from asking, because the reality is they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to what you're offering. And that's not personal. You don't take it personally. You just recognize that maybe what you've offered isn't what they're looking for today. There's a great story Zig Ziglar had shared in one of his books, and he's talking about when he used to go door to door, and at the time he was selling encyclopedias along with some other stuff. He kept extra things in the car that he was selling, and he was at this lady's house, and he said it was a mobile home in Pageland, South Carolina. We have folks that are from Pageland, South Carolina, and he said he was talking to her, and she was like not interested, not interested, not interested in what he was showing her. But then he thought, he happened to have some crystal, some beautiful cut glass crystal in his thing. And he pulled it out, and suddenly she was interested in buying. You see, it wasn't that she was saying no to him. She was just saying no to what he was offering. And so it's important that we remember that if we don't ask, we don't get. Because when we don't ask, we're right here and it doesn't change. When we ask, if they say no, it doesn't change. So why do we not ask all the time? Why do we not discipline ourselves to put in the time every day to collect 5, 10, 25 no's every single day? Because if we just did that, guess what? We're going to get a yes. Because the more you ask, the more people that you ask, the more likelihood you are to find a yes. We often say that, it takes 10 no's to get a yes. So kind of celebrate every time you get a no. Just go, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, until you get to that yes. And then you can really celebrate. Hip, hip, hooray. I got my yes. But don't let the fear that people are going to tell you no stop you. Don't let the fear that I don't know what to say stop you. Don't let the fear of what might not happen stop you. Get out there, swing like you are going to hit that ball over the fence, and keep swinging and keep swinging and keep swinging. And when you've missed 1,330 times like Babe Ruth, then you can tell me that it doesn't work. But I can promise you that if you will just get out there and start asking on a daily basis, discipline yourself to do it, get together with a couple of friends, call a friend and say, okay, right now for the next 30 minutes, both of us are going to be sending texts to people. We're going to send messages to people. We're going to make phone calls to people. We're going to do it and collect as many no's as we can in the next 30 minutes. And whoever collects the most no's is going to get a prize. Because that means you made more calls. That's really what it means. And if that other person made more calls than you did and they got more yeses than you did, then talk about what they're offering, what they're saying, who they're calling, how they're doing it, because that's how you're going to grow. But you don't grow if you don't put yourself out there. So tonight, it's all about putting yourself out there. It's about trying things that you haven't tried before. It's about really honing in on the things that it takes for us to succeed. So last time we were together, I shared with you a trip that I have kicked off for our company, and it's a 3-month trip, and it really depends on you getting to work now because you've got 3 months. But for this challenge, you need to have $1,000 or more in sales this month, and you need to have one recruit or more this month that has submitted their first order. So that's why it's really important that you don't dilly-dally and you don't stop. You get busy now and you get it done this week. In fact, I'm going to challenge you all to get it done before Wednesday, okay? Because if you get it done before Wednesday, then you have 2 weeks to finish up the rest of it. So with this challenge, it is going to be an amazing trip for you to take. It is a trip for 1. You can qualify for a trip to 2, but trust me, it's not going to matter because we're going to have so much fun. In fact, sometimes it's a lot of fun to go on a trip just with the girls, and maybe a guy or 2 if we have some guys that qualify. But it's so much fun to go kind of on our own because then we're not tied to somebody else. We actually have a chance to network more and talk to people more. And in fact, one of our trainers tonight just got back from an amazing trip with Tupperware where she had the opportunity to network and chat and connect with people that she knew but hadn't seen in a while because COVID's kept us all apart for a while. And she's going to share some tips and ideas on things that she's doing that she also learned while she was on that trip. So we want to get everybody working for this. Are you planning to go with me? All right. So What are we going to talk about first? We're going to talk about turning your broken Tupperware into business. You see, you might think your business is broken, but if you focus on helping people with some broken Tupperware, guess what? You are going to turn your business around. And I have with me none other than the amazing Michelle Davis here with us tonight. Hello, Michelle.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Good.
You just got back from a great trip, didn't you?
Yesterday, absolutely. Yes.
So I'm going to leave this to you, but I know you're going to share with people a little, just give them a taste of what it's like to go on a trip. And then I'm going to let you take over sharing with them all those great tips that you had shared with me earlier today.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you. For those of you that may not know me, I am Michelle Davis. I've been in Tupperware for 26 years last week. Did just get off of a Tupperware trip yesterday. And as Marsha mentioned, please grab a pen and paper because I'm going to ask you some questions in just a minute. I want you to jot down some different types of parties. So make sure you have that ready for when we get started. So grab that real quick. But I do want to say, guys, in my years of being in Tupperware, I've driven over 19 free company cars. I have qualified for a free car that is mine, a Pontiac G6 convertible. And I've also earned a $22,000 bonus instead of taking the car. So the money that can be made in this business, guys, is phenomenal. It's enabled me to triple my income from what I was making back when my boys were little. I wanted to stay home with them. I did not like sales. I did not like salespeople. So my big forte was customer service. That's what I was in. But I promised, I love Tupperware so much, but I was terrified of doing parties. So that's just kind of, if that's any of you in a nutshell, many of you have seen me train in front of a lot of people. Tupperware has helped me build that confidence over the years. And going live for the first time is not easy, but you get better and you get better. And we've given you lots of tips on how to do that. But you definitely want to earn these trips, guys. I believe I've lost count. I was going to try to keep a list, but I think probably 20 plus trips I've been on between Marsha and Charlie offering trips and between Tupperware offering trips. And that's what I wanted to preface with you guys. Whether you go with Tupperware, whether you go with Marsha and Charlie, it's going to be amazing. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be gifts. This jacket I'm wearing that I'm toting, I got on my trip. We got a Cinch logo bag and a big, huge water bottle. Not to mention the spa $100 gift card to spend however we wanted to, a Visa gift card, room credit for our food and our meals. So everything is taken care of. And that's the neat part about this, guys. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I'm already a little bit behind. Right? I've been behind before too on a trip, and it's up to you whether you want to put the extra work in. It will be worth it. I can promise you that. Been on several cruises with Marsha and Charlie and also to Dominican Republic a few years ago, and all have been phenomenal. So I want to challenge you guys today to decide I am going to make this trip no matter what it takes, no matter how many parties I hold. Over the years, guys, I've told my team one thing. Maybe you don't want to hold 10 parties a week for the rest of your life. I don't. But could you do it for a short period of time for a big end result? And I think that's what's key. Nobody wants to work themselves to death forever. None of us do. But what could you do in these 3 months if you put your mind to it? March is a big month, of course, always. And so is May. Okay. So you're going to end off on a really big month. It's not like you're ending off on a December where you're struggling a little bit here and there. You're in one of our 3 biggest months of the year. So this is the time to capitalize on it now. If you even walk into May a little bit behind of your goal, you'll be able to make that up then. But I want you to set your mind to it tonight that you want to make that goal. Here's the deal. If you're holding the parties, guys, that's where you're going to find your recruits. So first steps first are holding parties. You're going to find recruits. Now, I was talking to a lot of the top sellers, of course, on this trip because they are the ones that earned it. We had about 70 qualifiers. A lot were brand new into the business, only been in about a year. I have never met them. And then many who had been in 50 plus years even in the business that I've known for a long time. And I was kind of picking some brains with people and doing that. And I want you to grab your pen and paper real quick. And I'm just going to name off 10 different types of parties that you can hold. And when we're done, I want you to take a second and circle all of the ones you've done. Okay. And this is just going to show you, and I'm going to tell you, I've done every single one of these parties except for messenger parties. So we're going to talk just a little bit about that tonight and share with you guys how to learn more. Okay. So before I start that, I just want to preface this. When we were all doing in-home parties back before COVID, I didn't know anything about Facebook parties. I knew nothing about them, was only holding in-home parties. We were coming up on COVID and I was talking to a buddy through Messenger and she's like, yeah, I hold Facebook parties. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, back then it was not a thing. And I literally took a week out of my month and wrapped my head around it because it was not something that it was very new to me, very, very new. And Marsha can tell you, I mean, I literally had to map things out in a notebook. I mapped things out on time frames because I wanted it to be right and be good and prep my posts. You guys know now all you got to do is go in and copy and paste everybody else's posts. But I was learning it kind of from scratch back then. And what I did, guys, was I held a grand opening for every person on my team in Charlotte that wanted me to, and every person on my team in Myrtle Beach that wanted me to. We relaunched and we taught them how to do this new party. Our sales, Marsha, I'd have to go back and look and she might remember better than me, but I know within the first of, by the time COVID hit, we were so thankful we were running Facebook parties. It was crazy, but we were up to as many as 13 directors in the org. And that was from meeting. Where were we meeting these people, guys? We were meeting them on the Facebook parties. So we know we've been struggling a little bit with the Facebook algorithms and how we don't know who sees what post or who sees what notification. It can become a little bit frustrating. I've had some really good parties and launches lately. I've had some not so great either, and not a lot of participation. So I was really trying to pick some people's brains this weekend on the messenger party. That is the one I have not done. And I have known since last year sometime, this is something I need to learn. So I'm committed, and my next launch party we're going to do it. So I have to get my stuff in order, get my gears together, and get a template mapped out how I want to do it. Shannon has done a training already. If you will go to guides on the Hooray Sales Facebook page, there's a plethora of information. Just go to the top of the screen or to the left. I think it might be to the left. Go down to guides, and Marsha has categorized every single thing you might want to know. How do I place a warranty order? How do I place how do I do a Facebook party? Where's the mock party? Every single thing you need to know about it. Word choices for the dating games are all there. So it's right at your fingertips. It's things that we've already done for you guys to help you understand if you're struggling in an area. These are things you can go back to in addition to all the things that Tupperware has supplied in your back office. Okay. So we're going to talk about how do we turn. So basically what I was going to say is if you learn the messenger party, what could this do for you? What if it quadrupled your business? I know we were struggling, and I believe we were over $1.2 million. By COVID, we did $2.2 million. That was my biggest year ever in Tupperware. And so sometimes it's just trying something new. It's trying something out of your comfort zone. If something's not working, guys, tweak it. Do something else. And I've done that my entire history with Tupperware. I've not done things the same way. When things started not working properly, you have to switch focus and gears, okay? So quickly, before I ask you about the 10 parties that we're going to talk about, let's talk about warranty. I know some of you cringe and you're like, oh, that's the worst thing. I just hate it. To be honest, it's really not that difficult. If you haven't ever done one, there's a training Marsha has posted step by step on how to request the voucher. They do have to be requested and approved from Tupperware. You do need the mold number to make sure you're getting the correct piece. And you do need a picture of the image. And I would recommend that you save those images. And that's what I've done. So if I get that image, that's basically, I can, dispose of the Tupperware after she gets her order and all that's handled. I try to, the big thing you want to do is flip that warranty order into either a order, bare minimum, or potentially a party, because does she want to pay the shipping, the $9.99 shipping on that warranty? Maybe she has one seal. Maybe she has 5 things. You want to do them all at once. And you request that warranty voucher from Tupperware. You upload the photo. It's a super simple form. If you don't know the parts or the mold number, the parts catalog is right there. You can pull it up and you can look. And if you have any questions about a specific piece and you just can't figure it out, contact your upline, your manager, your director, one of us, and we can help you guide you in the right direction. But once you start doing a few of them, you're going to find it's actually, you're giving customer service, which is what I love, which builds your customer base, because if they know you're going to help them with that, a lot of times they'll place that order with you. And just tell them, listen, it's a $9.99 minimum shipping charge. Do you just have one piece or do you have anything else? And then say up to a $74.99 order from me, you're going to pay the same amount of shipping. So is there anything else you might need from the catalog? Let me just shoot you the catalog link, shoot you the sales special link. Here's my website. Go take a look around at the sales specials. We have online daily specials and see if there's anything else you needed. And then you'll be able to ship that order directly to her, add that warranty in, and that $9.99 is more going toward the order they placed versus going toward just a seal that they're trying to get fixed for their bowl. Again, go through the warranty training on what's covered: cracking, chipping, and breaking, not microwave damage, not staining. Those are your 3. So just stick with cracking, chipping, breaking, okay? If you haven't done this, what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you, Marsha's going to share some memes and some posts when we're done that's going to say, hey, I'm your Tupperware lady. How many of you, anybody out there, have any broken Tupperware that I can help you with? And you're like, oh, wow, that's a lot. Well, if you start getting comments, just say, I'm going to message you. I'm going to DM you. And what you're going to try to do, guys, is turn that into helping them into an order. Just the night before I left for my trip, I had a lady, and I did that exact thing with her. She ordered 2 of the micro pitchers and an extra seal for that same bowl because she thought, I just want to go ahead and have another one. It was only $5. So I literally got a $75 order off of a broken seal text that somebody texted me. Today, I did the same thing. Someone texted me from an event I had done before, and we're working on the possibility of her order. What you can also say to them is, hey, why don't you just have a 30-minute Facebook party, a 30-minute messenger party? And then what we can do is add that warranty to that voucher to your order, to your party. And that way she's going to be paying that shipping charge on her free Tupperware and all the things that she earns. So you can just kind of slide that warranty right in there with it. It's the perfect time for you to be able to offer that to them. Okay. So we're going to kind of go at it with a customer service approach, and then we're going to get sales and parties out of it. And then, when you're seeing the people at the parties, that's when you're going to find out the recruits. You need to be doing your recruiting bids and messaging people one-on-one. Okay. So here, let's take your little paper for just quickly. You're going to write fast because I talk fast, don't I? Y'all can go back and watch this. Okay. So these are some types of parties, not all. A cooking party, a book or catalog party, a theme party, which just means it's themed around maybe an ice cream party or a microwave class, or St. Patty's Day, whatever the holiday is, whatever that is. A Zoom party, a Facebook 30-minute party, a work party, which means you just go set up 7 products, 7 minutes in an office somewhere. I've done all of these. Dolores was talking about doing Pizza Hut parties back in the day. She'd go into Pizza Hut and everybody'd go get their buffet, and she'd sit there and demo some products and everybody place orders. So I thought that was just fun. She'd been in 51 years. Messenger parties, which we just talked about, text parties, and multi-host parties. That just means more than one host doing the party. So if something happens to one host, you've always got that party backup, and you're more likely to get a lot more people on and a lot more interaction that way. And then a fundraising party. Now, I know we don't have a fundraiser line right now, but over the years, what I have done for people is I have offered up my commission. Maybe somebody lost their house, maybe some in a fire, maybe they're having some difficulties with, you see something on Facebook every day with people that are sick or in the hospital or dealing with extra financial burdens right now. I would give them my commission toward their dance club or their ball club. And what I would do in the interim is I would be finding new parties and new recruits and dating more fundraiser parties. Now, I might be handing over that 25% commission to them, but I'm meeting the new people, and I'm also building a book of business. So, and I'm doing something for a good cause that can be written off as well. Okay. So just think about that. I want you to circle the ones you've done and put in comments, how many of those different types of parties have you done? We didn't even really say a pop-up, like a home party. That wasn't even in here, I don't think, Marsha. But like a pop-up party at your house with just some family, friends, and neighbors. An in-home party that you actually go and hold. One of my best friends in Tupperware, she last month sold $5,000. That's all she does anymore is in-home demonstrations because she knows she gets so much out of it. But what I want you to encourage you guys to do is use these tools to work toward Marsha's trip. Do it. Just do it for yourself and say, you know what, nothing's going to stop me from doing this. This is what I'm going to do. And I can do this. And I can try all of these different avenues. And again, put in comments how many of these parties you've actually tried. And I want to challenge you, because Marsha's going to give you a dating challenge in just a second, how to do that. Now, the most people right now are doing messenger parties. And I've just found that out from some of the tops. I just started asking, hey, what are you doing? Shannon has done the training on it. I haven't gone through all of it yet. I went through most of it. Hers is a little different than my friend Tabitha, that she did one as well. And what you can do is take it and make it your own. That's how it's going to be successful anyway. So you get lots of tips. You get lots of how to coach your host, but they're going to do it in a group messenger chat party. Okay. And most of these girls didn't do anything but have the host put everybody in the group until 30 minutes before the party. Then she takes over the party. We take over the party as the consultant, and we began doing these things. They're going to help us get dating. It's going to help us get recruits. The way Tabitha does hers is every 3 minutes. She has a party post with a super short video, which you can find all of those on the Tupperware Canada and US site. Just a little snippet, maybe Fridge Smart. Post a picture of the Fridge Smart, post a little video about the Fridge Smart. Every 3 minutes. They get points for every time that they comment or they react. You're going to give away one prize to one person who places a comment and interacts with you on that party. So that's basically how it works, okay? At the end, there's a call for close. And one of the things I think she does that's great is you get double your points toward the drawing by getting your order in at midnight. Now, when she had done this training last year, she said within 10 minutes, there were $700 ordered on the party. And by the time she woke up the next morning, it was well over $1,000. And that was on the party she had just done before she did the SpringFest training. So I thought that was pretty impressive. We'll post that in comments as well. So I want to challenge you guys that. I'm going to kind of like, if anybody has any questions or Marsha has questions that I skipped something or missed something, I don't want to take up too much time. But let's do it.
I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Yes. No, I think I've been trying to watch the questions as we go along. Couple things I do want to mention. Michelle was recruited at a fundraiser at her children's daycare, which means that, you know, doing something like this can lead to bigger things. And as she said, you can donate all of your commission. You can donate 20% of your commission, keep 5% for yourself, but you're looking at volume too. I know some people, because for many years we didn't have a fundraiser line. So what we would say is that when your fundraiser is over, say $1,000 or over $1,500, then you get an extra 5%. So they'd start maybe with 15 and then they'd go to 20. And of course, you know that you get that extra bonus at 1,500. So that's also where you're going to make some money there too. But the key is that volume of people that it's going to put you in contact with, because Michelle was the #1 salesperson for somebody who didn't like to sell. She was the #1 salesperson at that fundraiser. And that's when Susan reached out and said, hey, I want to talk to you. And she was like, yeah, I can do that. I think I can do this. So that's a really big thing. The other one that I was thinking about, because like you said, warranty is customer service and it can lead to so much. And I always remember that one lady that you had talked to, I think it was at the Christmas show, and
Yep.
You went to her house to take care of her broken Tupperware and flipped it into a party. And from that party, you dated parties, you recruited people. And I think we had figured out that you had, at the end of that chain, had earned over or sold over $10,000.
No, it was over. Actually, I quit counting after $50,000 because I had built managers, and it was off of a seal for a Flavor Saver ham keeper we couldn't get. And I drove 2 hours for about a $200 party. But her daughter dated, and that one was $1,000 party. And then it just went from there. Then I met people at the parties. And so I tracked back the party chains like 6 months later, and it was ridiculous over one. And I still sell to her today. She comes to the beach like every quarter and she's buying stuff from me. So that's been a 20-year-long customer, for life.
Right. And all because you went that extra step and you used it as an opportunity too. One of the things I know that we've talked about before using is a warranty party. Like somebody's got a broken piece and you say, well, hey, have you got any friends that need something replaced? Get them all there at the same time. And then you use that to grow your business too. So these things that Michelle's telling you guys they're tried and true. They work, and they work when we work. And so we need to get out there and we need to be more visible about that. We need to not run away from taking care of warranty, but more importantly, we also need to teach ourselves how to do new things. And I will always say that Michelle never shies away from trying something new. And really using that to grow her business. I saw her come into that January when she learned how to do Facebook parties with no parties in her book. And by the end of that month, she had added 20 parties to her book using these Facebook parties and had sold well over $5,000 personally, and her team was over 20,000. So take this and use it, guys. In the comments, tell us right now what you're going to commit to do with this training that you've just learned. How are you going to turn this around, use this to turn your business around and make things happen? Any last words, Michelle?
Sorry, my dog was getting a little loud. She gets antsy when I'm on here. I just want to just challenge you guys to do this. Like, don't get discouraged tomorrow and not. I will go back to my son when same thing Marsha said when he was in elementary school, and I told him that rule of 10 no's. Like, I'll never forget. He's like, I want that little mini fridge and I want that Nike tracksuit, and I like nothing could stop him. And Grant was like, you want to buy a candy bar? You want to buy a candy bar? He'd block any person. It didn't matter how they treated him, if they treated him bad or good or whatever. He's like, okay, I got 8 more. He'd walk away. And that's exactly how he felt. And he was the #1 salesman and won the little mini fridge and the tracksuit. So it's up to you, and it's up to the decisions that you make, guys. So just make that decision tonight.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thanks,
everybody give Michelle lots of love in the comments and tell her what you've learned. Okay. All right. So as Michelle said, I have a challenge for you all. And of course, earlier today, I had talked to you about the collecting no's, and I had put a thing in there, and there is a collecting no sheet on there for you also that you can keep track of it. And I'm going to challenge you to do it. Use that to make your commitment to it. In fact, reach out to somebody. Maybe it's your upline, maybe it's your recruiter, maybe it's a friend that you've made in the business, maybe it's your director, and say, I'm going to take the 100 no challenge and use that. And then every day I made 10 calls and I got 9 no's, or I made 20 calls and I got 20 no's today, but I'm not stopping. And you do it because the goal is the lucky 7. And how many parties can we date into the next 7 days? You see, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. It's a time of luck, and I'm going to be giving away free Tupperware this week. So we want to get as many parties dated as we can into this next week. You're going to get a surprise pack from me. And your host will also be entered into a drawing too. So you're going to win one and your host is going to win one. And my bags of Tupperware are always super nice and super wonderful and things you can't normally get. So you definitely want to be taking advantage of that. And you're going to see more details about it on the Facebook page there too. So you're going to get points for dating and holding the party. You're going to get our chances to draw for dating and holding. Your host is going to get chances for every dating that's comes from her party. She's going to get chances for every $100 in sales at her party. She's going to get chances if she decides to join the team as well. And if she joins the team, she's probably going to get an extra something from me too. So this is the challenge. Get ready, get set, and let's make it happen. All right. So as Michelle mentioned, there's lots and lots of different kinds of parties. Here's just some of them: cooking parties, book parties, theme parties, messenger parties. I can't even read my thing here. Texting parties, Facebook parties, Zoom parties, work parties, multi-host parties, and of course, any variation of an in-home party. Anytime 3 or more people are gathered around a table, guys, you got a Tupperware party, and you can do them instantaneously anywhere. And we have so much going on for you too, because we have our 2-week sales challenge that is ending on Wednesday, and it's going to give you the opportunity to get $110 worth of brand new samples for your summer catalog that is coming in May for just $20. Plus, as you work through the month, you're going to have, you only needed 500 for these 2 weeks. And you still have plenty of time to do that, because you could start a party tomorrow and have that $500 by Wednesday. $1,000 for the month. You're going to get this great set with the on-the-go water, with the water purifying water bottle, plus all the on-the-go stuff. And then, of course, at $2,500, you have a chance to get another fabulous pack of products. And I have seen these products, guys. You are going to be so excited to get them as well. All right. Now, speaking about our products, we do have some amazing products right now that are just like, people are going crazy over these. They are loving the colors. I did an event last week. People were just oohing and on over the colors. They just thought they were so gorgeous. And I didn't even, all I had was my sample, and I was, offering it, as direct ship. I took the price of it, like the cake taker. I said it was $24. It was going to be $9.99 for shipping. So I just put that on the thing, and I said, okay, for $35, I'll ship it direct to your door. And they were like, oh, that sounds great. And I just put them together, and, as part of the party that I was doing, or I was doing a fundraiser, and I put it together as part of the fundraiser and just mailed that out to them. So this is a thing. I love the 14-piece beverage set, because it includes the 12-piece tumblers and the 2 pitchers, the 2-quart and the gallon pitcher for just $55, and of course so many more. But I'm not going to talk anymore about the products because I have someone here that's going to do that for you. Because you see, we have an amazing product that is for sale right now, and that is our Ultra Pro loaf pan. And that is kind of the gateway into our Ultra Pro line. And if you don't know about Ultra Pro and you don't know about how to present something that's on sale and tie it into your parties and to build your order sizes, then you need to get your pen and paper ready again, because I told you tonight we have some great training for you, and we have an amazing trainer that's going to do that for you. She is none other than Stacy Clifton, one of our amazing leaders here at Hooray, and she has many, many years of experience, but she has always been a party pro, and that's because she has an incredible knowledge of our products. And she, I think, she probably has the record for the most consecutive $10,000 months in personal sales of anyone in our company. And this is the reason, because she takes the time to know her products. So good evening, Stacy. How are you tonight?
Hello, I'm good. How are y'all? Hope everybody's having a good day with this extra daylight in the evening. I love it.
And it threw me off. I was like going on and I was like, oh my gosh, it's much later. I got to get ready for this thing. It throws me off, but I'll be okay by next week, I think. All right, I'm going to turn it over to you, Stacy.
Okay, so guys, we're going to talk about the Ultra Pro loaf pan. But first of all, unfortunately, I don't have that sample, and so I can't show you that. But if you have your brochure, you just saw it on the flyer that Marcia just posted. I have, and I should have brought that one up here. I have the original loaf pan that came out in the Ultra 21, which was a beige color. I went to a Tupperware party and I just had to have that because I didn't have anything to make meatloaf in. And so I wanted something that I could make my meatloaf in, because I hated for it to stick to the pans. And you know how food does. Lasagna sticks to the pans and the meatloaf would stick. And it was just so hard to clean. And the lady told me that that would not stick to the pan. So I got real excited and I was like, okay, I got to have that. The good thing is this loaf pan has the cover. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's got the cover with it. So you really, really want that, because mine didn't have a cover. And I love the fact that it has a cover. Just like, and this is something you can't get, but I'm going to show it anyway. It's the lasagna pan. Guys, when this comes available, if you don't have it, you need to get it. And here's the thing. Nothing sticks to this stuff. It is lightweight. I mean, if you get a Pyrex dish to cook your lasagna in, or to bake your meatloaf in, those are heavy, just without anything in them. But then once you get the food in them and put them in the oven, and here's another thing, that dish has to be room temperature to go in the oven. If it's been in the refrigerator, you can't put it in the oven when the oven's hot, okay? With our Ultra Pro, you can take it from the refrigerator and put it right into the oven hot, okay? And it's going to be great. So I love that, because I used to always forget to not preheat the oven before I'd put my glass dish in the oven. So that's another really great feature about our, or benefit about our Ultra Pro, is you can take it right out of the refrigerator and put it into the oven, okay? The really neat thing now is the handles on it. These go in the, okay, let me back up. I get excited and I can't, I don't go in order, but it goes in the refrigerator. It goes in the oven. It goes in the microwave. It goes in the dishwasher. It's pretty enough to go on your table. Okay. It looks really nice, sleek, and it just looks really nice. So it's good for that. But here's what I've been thinking about, because I got really excited about the new products in this brochure. To me, this has been the best brochure we've had all year. The colors are just beautiful. They remind you of spring. It makes you happy. And so I was like, okay, this is a really great deal here. You've got your loaf pan. Your loaf pan. So you can think of all these breads that you can make. A monkey bread. You could make banana nut bread. You could make the cranberry walnut bread. Any of those for like a brunch. How neat would that be to have that and you don't have to worry about it sticking to your pan. It's going to come right out. You don't have to grease this pan. You don't have to put oils or spray it with Pam or anything like that. Nothing just sticks to it. Okay. Because it is so lightweight, it's going to be easy for you to be able to just take right out of your oven. You don't have to worry about it being heavy. The nice thing is that as you get older, and I'm there, things get heavier and it's harder on you to be able to lift things. So this makes it really, really nice. You can take this out of the microwave with your bare hands. Okay. You don't have to have mitts. If it goes in the oven, you need mitts. Okay. But I love the fact that I can take it and use it. I can rinse it out when I get everything out of it. Lasagna. I mean, how many times have you cooked something? And you could even do a lasagna in that loaf pan, just cut the recipe, okay? And it could be like a lasagna for, one person if you wanted to do that. But here's the really great thing. You're going to have this pan and you're going to be able to have a great brunch. Maybe get some of your girlfriends together because, if you haven't been able to get together because of all the COVID thing, even though that's been a couple of years now, people still have not got together like that we used to. Okay. So you could actually do a little mini party at your own house, use your loaf pan, bake something in it real quick, get your picture from your brochure. Oh my gosh, guys, you can have your gallon pitcher or your 2-quart pitcher, and you can have the juices, the lemonades, anything like that. Serve it in your tumblers. Oh my gosh, I can't show you that. There you go. Show it in your tumblers, and it's going to be so pretty. And then you can take it out of your loaf pan and put it on your cake taker and let people know, oh my gosh, this is the best price I've ever seen a cake taker. Okay. So you really need to get that cake taker for everybody. I just cannot stress enough. If you've never had Ultra Pro, you need to get this loaf pan because it's only $59. Get the loaf pan because you're going to absolutely love it. And then you're going to be able to date parties because people are going to want more of the Ultra Pro. Okay. Here's another really good feature. The Ultra Pro goes in the oven up to 482 degrees and in the freezer down to, oh heck, I forgot, minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, what else do you have that you can do that with? And it's so, I don't think they offer this anymore, guys. But this is what I'm telling you. When you can get samples, get them, because sometimes they'll offer something and then you can't get it later. I have seals for my lasagna pan, and I don't think they've offered that lately. So you want to get it as soon as you can. Who knows? Next time we have the loaf pan, it may not have the lid with it. So get it now because you'll have your lid, and then you're going to see how easy it is. My original one, I wish I had brought it up here. Still looks like brand new, and I've had it 30-something years. Okay. I'll take a picture of it and post it on Hooray for y'all so you can see that, because it's always look nice. It's that's the one thing about Tupperware. If you've noticed, when you use it, it still looks good. My supersonic chopper, I have the original one, and it still looks great. And so take care of your Tupperware, obviously, but use it, and then that way people can see how good it is to use. I've taken my Ultra Pro to like at Thanksgiving or at Christmas, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, where'd you get that pan?" Of course, most of my family knows, but they try to steal it. So they try to hide it before I leave so that I can't take it home with me, because that's how good it is. It's going to work and it's going to last. I love the fact that I don't have to spray it. I love the fact that nothing sticks to it, because that makes cleanup so easy. Okay, Marsha, I don't think I have anything else, but guys, you got to get that so that you can show it to people, and then they'll come back and they'll want all these other pieces, and they'll be able to get them at half price or at free from having a party.
Absolutely. So see, guys, both of the things you've heard tonight, one is about giving that customer service and using, the warranty program to turn that into a party. And this is using things that you have on sale to show how it can help them and add it to other things, and then lead that into a party so they can add to the collection. Because like Stacy said, once they get that first piece of Ultra Pro in their hands, they're going to be sold and they're going to want it all. And I'm reading all the comments and everybody's saying, I love my Ultra Pro. I love my Ultra Pro. So get the loaf pan into their hand, then get the round into their hand, then let them get that large roasting pan. So when the lasagna pan comes out, they can have them both and put them together. And then of course the Magic Stack, which is perfect for that big ham or for a small turkey or roast or any of those sorts of things. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What's a great tip that you heard? I've already seen people saying, I love these tips. What's something you heard from Stacy that you can't wait to put into action? And of course, share with Stacy all the things you love that she shared. And thank you so much, Stacy, for everything that you shared with us tonight. All right. So guys, let's keep on going because I get to show you what's coming next up in April. Tonight is the final night of any of the remaining samples. And remember, sampling is a limited quantity, so you don't want to wait on your samples. You want to get your sample order in as fast as possible. Many of the things from our March brochure have already sold out from the sampling. You can still get 25% off everything in the catalog and the brochure, so don't worry about that. But this is your April brochure, and you'll see that there's some gorgeous bowls there too. And in fact, I actually have mine, and let me take this, let me change the camera here. There we go. All right. All right, I dropped one, but there you go. Look at these, guys. Aren't they gorgeous? It's our classic Wondelier set. It's the 5-piece set. You know that this is the original bowl set, the one you put the water in and you throw it out to people so they see that it doesn't leak. It was funny. I was at a store. I was picking up something today, and the lady came out and she goes, "Oh, you sell Tupperware?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, and I used to sell Tupperware. She goes, "I remember they used to have us put water in a bowl and toss it on the floor to show people that it didn't spill." Because she sold a long time ago, like me. But this is so gorgeous, and they all nest inside each other, and that leaves you the opportunity to tell people the story about Tupperware and how it was developed and everything. So that's going to be a brand new one for you. And then I'm going to go back over here, make that bigger for you guys so you can see it. It's only $39 for that 5-piece set of bowls. So that's going to be a huge, huge seller for you. But wait, there's more. So the whole theme of the new brochure for April is Mother's Day. Get those parties booked in early, for April. All the parties you're doing now are going to give you the momentum to fill up the first 2 weeks of April so they can get their Mother's Day gifts ordered and get them back in. I will tell you that this set of bowls is one of the ones that I promote all the time for people to buy, not one set, but 3, 4, 5 sets of, because they're going to want to keep them on hand when they get invited to a bridal shower, when someone's graduating from college, when somebody's moving into their first place as a homecoming housewarming gift, for someone that, you just has been going through something and you want to fill it up with different foods for them and take it over to them. I mean, we spend $60 on flowers to send to somebody. And I'm going to tell you what, I'd much rather have a set of bowls like this that I can use over and over and over. So think about that as you're talking to people. People buy out of 2 budgets, one for themselves, one for other people. So that's a definite. Is one going to be enough, or do you want to go ahead and get 3, 1 for yourself and 2 for gifts? All right. We've got some more great looking things here. As you can see, we've got some beautiful new items. Of course, we've also got our cold brew on sale and the pitcher so you can create those pretty little coffee corners that everybody does. I do have 2 other things here to share with you that are also going to be new. One of those is the fabulous Stores a Lot box. Let me switch it over here again real quick so you can see it. It's nice and big. See how big it is. I love, love, love this. This is great for you. You can do a whole bunch of snacks and stuff in it. If you're going to the lake or to the pool, you can use it for organizing in the in your offices, in the bathroom. It's great for all the personal care items for your teenagers. They can put them in there and have them under the counter, so it's easy and convenient for them to get to. I just love this box. It's also a great one. I keep one with stationery and stuff, and I can just grab it and write notes and stuff. It's got a nice hard top. It's great for, I've got one with markers and things. There's one in Charlie's office that he used to keep when the grandbabies were little, and they'd come over and they knew exactly where it was, and they would get it out with their coloring books, and they'd lay in the floor in his office and they'd color because it was right there for them. It is pink, Cynthia. It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and then while you can't see, I can't the design, we've got this great looking canister set there. Can you see that canister set with that gorgeous, gorgeous design? My sample for that hasn't come in, but we can all order them starting tomorrow. But I do have this one in, and this is the on-the-go mug, on-the-go coffee mug. Comes with also it has the water bottle, and then of course everybody's favorite, the meal prep set there. But guys, check this out. I want you to see this. Let me see. I want you to see, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it with the little hummingbirds and the flowers. Of course, this is the perfect thing because it works like a reusable cup, and it just snaps in like that. And then that way you hold it right here so that it's not hot on your hand. It also has this great little thing that you can close it so it doesn't spill when you're walking. Think of it like those Starbucks cups, and you can take these in, and if they'll refill these for you, and they'll give you a 10% discount. Also because you're not using a throwaway box. So those are all these great new samples that you have available starting tomorrow at noon. And of course, there's one more page of samples here for you to check out. That is our new host gift special. It includes the mixing bowls. It has the cold cut oil, the snack store large. It has the pitcher with the infuser. It has tumblers with that new drinking top. And of course, a new booking gift, and that is the little small salt and pepper shakers. So samples open tomorrow at noon. Make sure that you have set your alarm so you can get on there and get yours and get them ordered just in time for you to get them back to start your April parties off as well. Now, just a quick reminder that we have, we've talked a lot tonight about the fact that collecting no's is so important, making that effort, getting committed to doing the work. And so we've been doing this for the last couple of months. We've had these different prospecting means profits in person, but we also are doing these things. So they're in person. You can actually show up for it. There's an event there for you to do it. Corinne is actually opening her house up to do it there, and you can sit around the table and do it. I am willing to schedule things in people's homes. If you can get me 5 or 6 people around a kitchen table, I'll come and we will work and we will book some parties. And Michelle and I were already talking about finding a place, maybe down in the Myrtle Beach area, as well as finding one here in the Charlotte area. So wherever, 4 or 5 people are gathered, I'm coming up there, and we're going to make some phone calls, and we're going to get on the phone, and we're going to date parties, whether we're talking to people, whether we're texting people. But here's the thing about this prospecting means profits. Yes, come in person if you can, or come in person on Zoom, because we're doing it both ways. Because see, we learned during COVID that we can be together and be in separate states, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that and getting on. Mark your calendar, Tuesday, March 19th from 4 to 7 p.m. Of course, we got our digital opportunity. Somebody asked me today, is that still available? Yes, Tupperware extended it through this month. So don't wait. Let's take advantage of that this week. Let's talk to as many people as we can, get them signed up, get them working, because that's going to help you earn that trip with me also. And then, of course, we have this fabulous new Ready, Set, Activate for our new folks. All of our new consultants can earn everything on that first row, including the choice of Ultra Pro in 2 different levels. So on month 1 and month 3, they can get some Ultra Pro. And then also, of course, coming up tonight in just 7 minutes, we have our Millionaire Mindset. You don't want to miss out on that because we're going to talk about making dough. And Kim D. Mercurio, the business leader from Galaxy Stars, is actually going to teach you a bread recipe in your loaf pan, right? So don't miss out on that, okay? So as we close tonight, guys, I want to close with this particular quote. It kind of goes back to what we said at the very beginning. My motto was always to keep swinging. Whether I was in a slump or feeling badly or having trouble off the field, the only thing to do was to keep swinging. And that was from the great Hank Aaron, another amazing baseball player, one of the top batting records of all times, right there with Babe Ruth. And you do not want to make it, don't want to wait. So let's get going, everybody. We're talking to you later. See you in 5 minutes.
Wait, there's going to be another one. We see us. Oh, us? Can you do us like to? Us like to move it. That's the one. Like to move it. Us like to.